Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Just Angie. Today is a very special and vulnerable conversation. It came about after one of our last episodes where we spoke about the newlywed episode that really did well and you guys really interacted with it. But one commonality it was the motherhood episode, yes. One commonality that we found was that three of us that were seated on the other panel had gone through pregnancy loss and miscarriage, myself included. And when I shared it on my social media, a lot of women came into my DMs expressing that they had gone through similar circumstances, but it's not really talked about. But they also felt a sense of comfort knowing other women in the similar sort of age group have gone through the same. So I thought we'd have a conversation just unpacking the same with women who I see as my peers, and I'll let them introduce themselves and then we'll get into the conversation. Thank you both for coming. I'll let you from my extreme left introduce yourself first.
All right. Hi. Thank you for having me. My name is Claire Kamau, mother of one. Yeah, mother of one miracle baby. I'm known to say she's a miracle baby.
Oh wow! Thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me as well. My name is Makena Kimathi. I'll say mother of two angel boys.
Yeah,
that's how I have been. When I get asked the question, "Do you have children?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have two angel boys."
Wow,
yes,
that's so beautiful.
I'm happy to be here to have this conversation.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I know Claire, you reached out to me on Instagram, like when we were when I think I'd shared something, and then you opened up and shared to me your own experience. And I think Makena, you DM'd the Just Angie page, thinking no one will ever look at the DM and open it. And then we read our DMs, guys. And that's where we connected from. So I'm so grateful for both of you. When even now I reached out and was like, would you want to have this conversation? Because I know it's not an easy one. I am really grateful for you being willing to come. And also, even we spoke a bit outside, like it's a topic many young girls need to know about, because they feel that they're alone when they're going through it. And just hearing other women who are in their same age group, look like them, speak like them, will give them maybe some sense of comfort. Yeah. So thank you. So I wanted to start off with the first question. And then, as I said, this is a safe space. So anything you don't want to share, just, willingly, you can let me know as well. So if you could share your story of pregnancy loss or miscarriage in your own words, just so that the guests can understand how you relate to this topic. Yeah. Anyone can start.
Okay, I guess I'll start. I had 4 miscarriages. I don't know the difference between pregnancy loss and miscarriage. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah.
I had 4 before I had my daughter. The first one was when I was 22, 23. And I think that one was the one that was the most jarring for me. And then one time my gynecologist told me, just give up on this baby having thing. It's not going to happen. Just give up. And then I saw a fertility specialist because my cousin insisted. And I think after the first appointment, I was like, I think I kind of have a feel of what's going on with you. Just trust me. I'll give you what you want. Wow. I was like, okay. And put me on some medication. 6 weeks after that, I was pregnant with my daughter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
I need that kind.
I think
she's like, I need the contact.
The thing that stuck is that the pregnancy held. That's my issue. It doesn't.
They don't hold. It doesn't hold.
It doesn't hold past 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you said that 21, the one at 23 was most jarring. Why was it the most jarring?
Because it was the first one. I think there's something shocking about knowing your body is not functioning the way it's quote unquote supposed to function, the way you were told. I think because pregnancy was made to seem like this straight road.
Yeah.
You choose to have a baby, you do what it takes to make a baby, and then 9 months later you have a baby. Apparently it's not that straightforward.
Yeah. There's so much to unpack there, even Kwanzaa the doctor. But anyway, let's go to Makena.
Yeah, even me, I think I'm just like, someone telling you.
And a medical practitioner, like really? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, got pregnant in 2023. For us, there's a lot of background, but it was from a period also of, for me, I was unwell and I had been told categorically you cannot get pregnant. Like, you're a newlywed, you're very excited to start growing your family, and then someone keeps telling you all the time, a doctor, that you cannot get pregnant. But also it was because if I did, my health would be at risk. So we went through that, and now we're here. I've been given the go ahead. Very excited to get pregnant. Tried, conceived, and then I go for follow-up scans. I'm told you're having twins.
Wow.
And I was like, what?
Wow.
In my family, we don't have twins. So I was like, what? But from my husband's side of the family, they do have some twins. So I was like, okay, so we're very excited. My first trimester was not the easiest. One of my friends jokes that, you know how when you search your symptoms and then the symptoms come up, I used to have others. My symptoms were just others.
Yeah.
So yeah, but anyway, we went through the first trimester, was very excited. Now I'm in the second trimester. This is where everyone says everything is
smooth and
easy, and actually started feeling it. I started enjoying my pregnancy. I hadn't told people that I was pregnant, so now I'm actually excited. And now between pregnancies, your tummy actually really grows very fast. So now I'm enjoying my belly. Then all of a sudden I remember I was home and I just started having symptoms of early labor, and I feel for me the saddest bit when I look back always that my gyna was not in town. And that really, it was very frustrating because now he's telling you go to this hospital and you're just having another doctor who has no idea of your story, of anything, attend to you. And yes, I went through symptoms of early labor. I actually I was now this time around at 5 months pregnant, and I when people say contractions are painful, me now I know contractions are painful because I labored. I labored, and yeah, the saddest bit was I remember when the doctor came and just told me, I'm sorry, you're losing this pregnancy. I think by this time during my labor, my pressure had hit almost 200.
That's high.
BP, and that was extremely high. And now I started now bleeding. So, and now for me having a medical background, when he said that and I looked at him, I just knew it's over. Wow. So that was the most painful news I've ever had. And yeah, so that's how it happened at 5 months. And the saddest bit, but also the most beautiful bit, is that I feel I went through the normal labor process, and I pushed for my baby boys, and I had them with me for one full night, and yeah, I got to say goodbye. Yes, so that's my story.
I'm so sorry. Because that's, I think, being mothers, we're all mothers here, you would never even, I think that's your worst nightmare. And I'm so sorry that you went through that, but I know you're on a healing journey, and at least you have a supportive husband and partner who is with you. We thank God for supportive men.
Thank God.
And for me, I'll share a bit about mine. I had 2 miscarriages, but mine were quite early. But after it was during the times of trying, so it was like months of trying. Then you're so excited, you're pregnant. Like even in my hidden library, because in your iPhone you can put hidden. I have those first pictures and the videos when I was like smiling with my husband and so happy. Then you're like looking back, I'm like, little did I know, a few weeks later you are gonna be in a hole that so it's so painful, and it's like a hole that no one can feel. So I had 2 pregnancy losses and before I got pregnant and carried to term. So it's not an easy space to be, and we'll unpack that in this conversation.
I actually didn't know.
Yes, I even shared. I just touched on it on the motherhood,
like
whatever. But
I think it was such a brief, like, me too.
Because I think we now wanted to talk about motherhood. But then now, as I said, when I shared about it, like I think on my Instagram is when I unpacked it, and the number of DMs I got from women who are like, me too. Like I was like, we have to talk about this because it's not really talked about a lot in our generation. And then even when I asked my mom is when she told me, like when I was going through it, she was like, even me, I went through this. I'm like, okay, what? Like I never even knew this. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway,
Even with my mother in 2023 is when I actually knew that she had
gone through the same.
gone through
Exactly.
the same. Yeah.
So when you were going through the pregnancy loss, miscarriage, what were the first emotions you experienced? Like when you go back to that time? I think shock.
I felt betrayal.
To your body.
Everyone.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Which every time I tell my friends this, they think I'm crazy. I remember the exact moment I decided I was going to be a mom. I think I was 10 years old. And so I felt so betrayed. Okay, granted, I didn't even know I was pregnant to begin with. I went to the doctor because I'd had my period for like 13 days, which was so unusual. And so I called, I made an appointment, and I didn't even make an appointment. I just went and picked, that the thing at the Doctor's Plaza at Aga Khan.
Yeah.
I just went and picked gynecologist. Okay, I'll go see this guy. And so I went and I sat there, and I told him, oh no, wait, no, I had seen him before. Then I was diagnosed with PCOS. So then when my period came and it was just not ending, I thought it was because of the medication he had put me on. So I went back. I was like, this thing is not stopping. They're like, oh, okay, sawa, lie down, let's see, okay, cool. And I remember in that moment, I thought, like, how can you just be so cold? Because it's like, oh, yeah, you're passing a baby or something to that effect.
So
like,
cold,
it's like inatoka.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling so shocked, but mostly betrayed.
Yeah.
By God, by my body, by the doctor. The way he was handling me in that moment, I just felt like, I don't know, it was almost like, okay, yeah, so this is happening. Now I've told you, get out of my office.
Yeah.
Wow.
I felt so just betrayed in general. And then I was young. I was 23, 24. And I remember just thinking like, okay, I can't actually leave this office and run home and cry in my mother's lap. I can't, like, I'm just alone going through this thing. I didn't feel like I could talk to God. It's like, okay, but like you put this thing in my heart and then now I talk to you and tell you what.
Yeah.
The more people, when I started to talk about it to my friends, yes, they were understanding, but there was also this, but you weren't even at seriously pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, you'll just have another one. It's okay. Maybe it wasn't your time. I hate that comment.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't your time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I felt so betrayed, so alone.
Yeah.
And in this space of like no one gets it. Even the doctor who's supposed to get it is clearly not getting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I relate to the doctor thing. I think that's even when I changed gynecologists because I was going through it, the first one with the first gynecologist. So she was checking up on me because she had put me on bed rest, blah, 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 all like don't move. So I was telling her like this is still happening, like the bleeding, blah, blah. So she was just like, and it's like she was still talking to another patient. So she was just like, yeah, then it's over. The baby has gone.
What?
And cut the phone on me. And in that moment, I was like, what is this? I don't know if they're desensitized because they go through so much or like they hear the stories of people like, for me, I was like, this is my world that's crashing and you're like not even caring. That's the day I went to and found another gynecologist. Yeah.
I'll touch on that one. Some doctors are brilliant.
Yeah.
Doctors in books wise, but they do not
Emotions.
have the people
bedside manner.
Yeah.
the bedside manner.
Yeah.
And for me, I know to be a good doctor, you actually have to have all of them. I'm sorry. She said something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What emotions were you going through?
For me, my heart was breaking. My heart broke, shattered. And I remember I actually thought I was having a heart attack until a friend of mine who was there and had gone through the same told me, baby girl, I'm sorry, but that's just your heart breaking. I was there saying, you guys call the doctor again because like I think I'm having a heart attack. Because the pain in my chest was just too much. So there was a lot of sadness, heart. And then also, as something Claire said, I felt disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
I felt disappointed because also this is something that I've also wanted. I knew like I have to be this from an early age. It's what made me choose the profession I'm in right now. It guides so many of my decisions that I make because I want to be a mother, and I want to be a present mother in my children's life. And then now for us having being told you can't get pregnant, and then now you're pregnant, and I remember my grandmother saying, you're having twins, so that means it's blessings because you ni kama like you umechelewa, like you are late for your kind of like for your age. And okay, at first I was like, I don't believe so, but her joy in that made me feel that like I'm blessed to have like twin boys. And I felt like my whole life that I've created, yani this is how it's just
Going.
my like my end goal is this, and now this you are telling me this, and how am I supposed to start again? And especially I also have PCOS like you mentioned, and I know the challenges that come with conceiving like through PCOS. And I was so happy I'm having twins at first trial of trying to get pregnant, and I was like, now am I supposed now to go back to that journey again? So yeah, heart disappointment and a lot of sadness. And I feel like also me, my relationship with God really,
I was gonna ask, how was that?
I think now I'm slowly getting better. But like for me, when I remember I had aunties come to the hospital, and they were there, they are praying, and my grandmother, even days after, they're praying, and everyone is telling me mipango ya Mungu, and I'm like,
that's what you don't want to hear.
I don't want. I remember they got to a point, and I said categorically, if you come to my house to visit me, do not say certain terms. Because I don't want to hear it's the will of God. Because how could it be the will of God to make me feel the most broken I have ever felt in my life? How is it the will of God? God is supposed to, God is love. God is supposed to. So I was not
here for it
at all. And I'm like, and the way I have prepared myself in everything, and I have involved him. So now how is it his will that now he's going to see me like this? Because I remember one of my friends told another friend of mine that how we know Makena, how she's very happy, outgoing, loving. This will be the thing that will break Makena, like completely. And looking back, I agree to it. So I was wondering, how is this the will of God? And I was like, no, I'm not getting it.
And I think that leads well into my next question, which was, during that time, were there things people said or did that helped, or some that hurt during that time? I think you've touched on it, but were there people, was there anything that brought you comfort, or was there also anything that really hurt during that time, what people were saying?
For sure I did not want to hear the will of God. And I didn't know how to pray anymore, because I felt like when I started early labor, I prayed. I feel like I prayed, and the end goal still was that I left my children in the hospital, which was the hardest thing to do. So I was not in the space of being very lean on God at that time, because I felt like when I was in that hospital, sleeping at night, admitted the first night, when I'm being told, like, you've lost one child and we're trying to save the other one. I'm like, I did not want to hear anything about God, for sure. The other thing is, I did not want to be asked, how are you? Because I looked dead. When people tell me later on, they tell me like, you look at me and I look like I have no life. So I was like, if you look at me,
you already know how I am.
If you look at me,
it's like the answer is on my face.
It's on my face. Why are you asking me how are you? So I was actually very excited for someone to just come. If I want to sit, we just sit. If you come, like, let's talk about other things, And it was so interesting. Someone was like, Makena, why are you caring about people right now? I was very concerned. Like for example, I'd be like, oh Claire, by the way, you were supposed to do this and this. Like, it's like I want to make up. I want to make myself into your problems and help you.
Yeah, like escape from your
and
reality.
escape from my reality.
Exactly, yeah.
So that was coming. And then something that was very interesting, but this one is with me, that was coming was babies.
People are bringing their babies.
When you know, like someone has their child and they don't come visit, they don't have a nanny, and they ask and they're like scared.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, come with them. And when they come with them, I just want to stay with their baby.
Yeah.
You guys
do whatever you're
do
doing.
whatever. Talk to my husband. I do not care. No, I want to be with the baby. Somehow the babies would bring me so much joy.
Wow.
I think it's because this baby doesn't want to ask me how I am.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They're not looking at me like, oh yeah. They're in their own world, and I'm putting myself in their own world. So I know two of my friends brought their kids.
Yeah.
And it was, well, I think during that period was one of the happiest times during that period.
Was there anything that helped? Like, I know we've talked about the negative. Was there anything in that moment that helped or stood out to you, like, oh, this was like a lifeline or something you felt helped?
My husband.
Okay.
I would lie.
Yeah.
Like I was very, his support, his being there, like it's the type of person that he is. I couldn't go to sleep if he wasn't there. I couldn't shower if he wasn't like in the same room as me. Like I just, when I see him, like that was all I needed for me. Yeah. So for me, even if you come and bring me my that time whatever I wanted, but as long as
he was there,
his presence was really
comforting
for me.
Yeah. And for you, Claire, the same question. Anything that people said that hurt, or and anything that helped during that time?
I think for me, because I primarily only shared with my girlfriends, which honestly I love them so much, but we all were not in the right, like no one knew anything. We're just the blind leading the blind. And so I think as much as they tried, they said and did the best that they could, it wasn't that it was hurtful, it just wasn't helping. You know, because you're young, you can just try again. It's not helpful at all. And I think for me, because it happened severally and it was over a period of a couple of years, because my first miscarriage I was 22, 23, I believe, and then the last one was a month before I had my daughter, so that's a period of like 2-3 years
for
miscarriages. And so for me, I actually got to a point where I just stopped saying
that you're pregnant.
Like, I would just go through the miscarriage by myself, just quietly too. And the only person I would say I really leaned on was my sister. But that was more because I think one time she just found me crying. She was like, okay, what is it? And so I told her, and I would say she's the only person who really helped in her own way. My sister is not very, oh, you have a problem, can I make you feel better? No. But what she did was, when I turned 25, which is the year I conceived now my daughter, she bought me a book. A really pretty notebook. And she gave it to me for my birthday, and she told me, I want you to use this book to document your pregnancy when you're pregnant with your child. But also because at that point I had decided I was now going to intentionally, on purpose, try and have a baby, because you're not going to tell me that this thing God has put in my heart, Ati, I can't have it, you're lying. So I decided intentionally I was going to try. I was going to do everything that I needed to do to make sure I had this baby. And so one of them was that I went to see the fertility specialist I spoke about earlier. And so she gave me the book. After she gave me the book is when a few months later I went to see now the specialist. But and I still use it to this day. It's not, the book didn't fill it. I used to write in it. I wrote in it when I found out I was pregnant. I written it periodically over the years. But it was such, like, sometimes I look at it, I was like, oh, she's so, sometimes I feel like she helped me speak it into existence. So I think I would say that is the one thing anyone did that was helpful. I think it means so much more to me, because I don't even think she meant for it to help me that way. She was just like, here, do this with this book, enjoy it. And
when you were going through it, because I remember when I was experiencing it, I felt like I didn't know how common miscarriages were until later on. Because I thought, like, for me, my first experiences, emotions were blame. Like, I was blaming myself. I started looking, is there something I ate? Because me, I like working out. I'm like, did I do a tough workout that did this? You know, I just started blaming myself. And then I only after that, when I started speaking to other women and also Googling statistics, I was like, okay, miscarriage is quite common. Many women go through this. Were you guys aware during that time, or is this something you found out after that, like miscarriage and pregnancy loss is common among women?
For me, to be honest, I won't lie. Like, I knew very little.
Okay.
I knew, of course, of it, like medically it happens, but of hearing it from people, I knew very little. I feel like the person who most of us knew so much was Kambua's story.
Yeah.
And then after that, the next person was a friend of mine who she'd also lost a pregnancy. And it's so sad when I think about it, but I never thought, like, this can ever
happen
to me.
Yeah.
So I didn't know much, but I feel like after my friend who lost the pregnancy before me, my mom now opened up and shared. And then now when I lost my pregnancy, my grandmother opened up.
You see? Yeah.
And I was like, I'm in my 30s.
Yeah.
No, this is when I am knowing this thing has happened.
Yeah.
Why couldn't this be the type of conversations we are having? Why isn't it that when a girl is about to get married, why can't this be the stories we also talk about in kitchen parties?
Exactly.
So that I'm well prepared
yeah.
as I go here, that there's a possibility, Makena, that you will get pregnant, but you will not have that baby. You will get pregnant, you will go to hospital, but there's a chance you will not go home with that baby. I wish there was just someone who was candid with me like that beforehand, so that it's not that you wish for it, but
just to be
the same
prepared.
way we know so much about divorce. Why can't we also not just talk about this as well?
Yeah, no, same. And I think my next question was about talking about it, because I was like, in society, pregnancy loss is not talked about. It's kept something hidden. Like, it only took you to go through this to speak about it. I remember, Claire, even when you DM'd me, you were like, yeah, me, I talk about my pregnancy loss. Like, maybe the older generation feel like, why should you talk about this? It's something, I don't know who told them, that, you hide, or I don't know if it's shame associated to it. So do you think it's a societal thing as to why people don't talk about it, or do you think it's deeper than that? I'll ask you, Claire, because you said you open with yours.
I'm open with my peers, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I'm not gonna sit around in a circle with my mom and her friends and be like, so have you guys had miscarriages?
Yeah, of course not them.
But I just, honestly, I think for me, I talk about it because I know how confusing, painful, lonely it is to just feel like I'm the only one, I'm the first one in the world. It's very normal for other people to just get pregnant and, dance around and be happy and full bellied. And I think for me, that's what I think for me also therapy. Just getting to a place where, in general, like, this is who I am, these are the things that have happened to me. So now I hide it and then it doesn't change. I talk about it, still doesn't change, but if I talk about it, I help someone.
Yeah.
If I sit down with my friend, and even just, not just casually, before I had my daughter, this happened to me. I feel like, should someone who's had me talk about it go through it, even if we're not friends, even if you just had me talk about it somewhere in a gathering, I feel it helps just to know, like, oh, okay, that person went through it and they survived and they went through it like this, and other people have gone through it like this. That helps. However, I think primarily why people don't talk about it, honestly, I feel like there's this misconception of the things your body is supposed to do. And especially being that we are in an African setting, I think there's just this belief, like, African women, we're just
fertile.
We're just
so
fertile.
Yeah,
just,
10 babies.
Just pop them out.
Yeah.
Just have the children. It's no big deal. Just have kids. And so I think that makes it a bit, I don't want to go sit with the other African women and talk about it. I don't want to sit with my friend who has 2-3 kids and talk about it, because I don't know what my friend went through to have her 2-3 kids. She's not talking about it.
Exactly.
Why do I want to be the loudmouth who's talking about it and opening up about this, picking this uncomfortable conversation? And I've noticed a lot of times, even when I sit with other people and people are like, yeah, me too, yeah, it happened to me too, it's kind of like, yeah, me too, yeah, I don't, yeah, let's not talk
It's
about
like a shame
it.
or something.
Yeah, but not everyone has a right to feel how they feel. I just feel it would help more if we just spoke about it. I feel like even if doctors were just to tell us, just tell us. But they imagine these things happen. Imagine you might get pregnant 2, 3, 4 times trying to have a baby. Imagine you might get pregnant the first time and carry to term. Like, just say, and then I know how to
Go about
move.
it.
To go about it. Even, and for me, I feel like it should have started when I was diagnosed with PCOS. Like, the doctor should have told me, because all he told me was, you have PCOS, hormonal imbalance. Yeah, go take these pills. Enjoy. And even when I went back, because I went to him for all 4 miscarriages. All 4. And at no point did he sit me down to tell me, because you have PCOS, your hormones are not balanced. So you don't have the necessary hormones to carry a pregnancy to term. Because actually the solution was so simple. When I went to see the fertility specialist, I was just put on progesterone until week 14. That's it.
You see?
So simple. But even the medical professional doesn't want to tell me, or even just say like, hey, do you want to explore this thing further? Should we figure out why this is happening? No, it's just, oh, okay. Actually, I remember he told me, you don't have an issue getting pregnant. Your problem is staying pregnant. And 100% of the times you've been pregnant, you've miscarried. So let's just give up on this having a baby thing.
Was it a man or a woman?
A man. But even so, the thing that shocked me was, I remember when I went back to the doctor that I saw after the 4th miscarriage, he told me, you see, I told you. Because I didn't even know to have a baby because of my hormonal imbalance. I have to like prep my body. There's things there's medication I have to take, supplements, what have you. I didn't know. But then he told me, oh, you want to have a baby, you want to have it immediately. Enda home, kunywa easy. 6 weeks later, hi, I'm pregnant. Okay, let's do this. So simple. Yet another medical professional is not,
and
like, so forthcoming, like, hi, sit down, let's have a conversation, let's try explore what's going on. No, you just go home knowing you can't have children. And I think it's like a layered problem. Society doesn't want to talk about it. Our cultural ideologies don't allow us to talk about it. Medical professionals don't want to sit, not even at you hold a seminar, like, sit with me as your patient and tell me what's what. They don't even want to do that. So then you're left kind of like tossing in the wind by yourself until either you choose to go look for a solution on your own, or somehow the next one just works out.
It's like a place in limbo, sort of.
It's like a place in limbo. You don't know where to go for help.
You don't know who to talk to.
Because I remember even in therapy, like, when I started talking about it, it took maybe 2-3 sessions to get comfortable. And it's not anything the therapist did. It's just I already had internalized this don't speak about it thing.
And I like that you've touched on therapy. I was going to ask Makena, and we spoke about it a bit. How did you grieve through the loss of your angel boys? Was there therapy? I know you said you've been wanting to be more vocal, and your therapist has asked you to speak about it. So walk us through how that grieving process has looked like for you.
My grieving process looked like denial at first. I think I started by living in a world whereby I'm at home and I when I sleep, I'm with the boys, and I want to just be asleep. When I wake up, I'm not with the boys, and that world didn't look very good for me. I even had, I won't lie, this one at least my husband knows, I tried taking my life because I just didn't know how to
Continue.
I went through, I think I settled on my third therapist during that process, was the one who I started with. And during this time also, for me now, I didn't know why I've lost this pregnancy. There was no one is telling me this is why.
Or even medical reasons.
There's nothing. So they did an autopsy, nothing. I tried another doctor. My results were sent to my test was sent to South Africa. Like, there's no reason why. So I think that's actually what now was driving me to, even when I had those suicidal thoughts. First therapist was, that felt like trauma.
Really?
Yeah. Second therapist, I never wanted to work at all. Because my profession that I chosen knowing I'm going to be a mom, and this is how I'm going to plan myself. And so now I'm feeling, why did I even choose this thing again? So I was not seeing my passion in it at all. My second therapist was pushing me now to work. No, you have to go back to work. You have to go back to work. This is what's going to distract you. I am telling her I can't.
Yeah.
Especially where I work, like the clinic, the next door is NC, like where pregnant women and young babies are coming. I'm like, I have to pass through that every day. No, I don't want to go back to work. Then my third therapist, actually, it was a colleague of mine who recommended when I was writing a letter for resignation. Like, I was like, I told my husband, babe, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be a housewife.
Yeah.
And that time he looked at me and he just said, okay, because he didn't know
what to say.
What am I supposed to say here? So he just said, okay.
Yeah.
So that time I got that therapist, and that therapist was, I went to her and I just told her, I can't work. I can't. And she told me, Makena, you will not work. I will write you letters, even if it's 2 months, 3 months, and we will do this thing with you. And even after those months, you tell me you still don't want to work, I'm going to help you. We'll continue. I know people where you work. I'm going to help you. But if that's what you don't want to do, you won't do. So I was like, okay, this one I like.
Yeah.
So, and then I also got someone who, in as much as I was grieving, understood the type of person I am. So helped me with my grieving through the type of person that I am. And that's why she, like, towards the end of our sessions, she started telling me, you're someone who can speak out, and you have a very good support system around you, and you are really progressing very well. Though she won't tell me like you are 100, because she told me you may think you're 100 and then something happens, and everything. But she told me, I will encourage you, to speak more about it. So even me being here is because I remembered
what she said.
Because she would even ask me, I go to these forums where we talk with young grieving women, would you wish to come and talk? And I had told her yes, but not now. This was last year, so I told her, but yes, but not now. So
thank you for coming. And so this is your first time speaking about it publicly
in something that, like, maybe, let me say, which will be shown to a very wide audience. But I tried once last year, something that was intimate, to talk to other women, and I was just like, I don't think I was ready either way, because I got out from there and I was a mess. I was a proper mess. Like, my first instinct was just like, I just was like, my husband, where are you? Where are you? Like, I'm breaking down. I was driving and I was just like, just maintain, go home. And I think I just decided, no, I can't do this. I can talk to someone one-to-one, but I didn't feel I was ready to sit and talk to people. And it sucks because a lot of my friends kept telling me, you need to join a group, like
a support group
of sorts. I'm like, why can't I just talk to you? Why do I have to go to like, they really wanted it for me that time, but I don't think I was ready. I wasn't I don't know. Being with strangers for me didn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel now you've healed a bit, like you've made some progress because now at least you can even speak about it
Yeah,
now?
I have, because now I can talk about it without crying.
Yeah.
Now I can talk about it without knowing that I'll go home and I'll be a mess. Now I'm okay with when I encounter the question, oh, you've been married for how long? Okay, so do you guys have children?
Kwanza, those questions, people are so insensitive. Yeah.
So this is now I smile and they say, oh yes, I do. I have 2 angel boys, and then they go, pardon?
Then you see their face. You know, it's also an embarrassment as
pardon?
well for
And
them.
I'm like, yeah, I have 2 angel boys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I don't know why I asked. I'm like, no, it's okay, I'm not ashamed.
Yeah.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
They're my babies,
Yes.
they're my kids, and I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. I'm like, how would you know?
How would
It's
you have known?
okay.
Yeah, it's not
It's
stamped
fine.
on my face.
It's fine,
Yeah.
but I'm okay. I'm happy to talk about it.
And they did live and they did exist, so it's not like you can rub them away and not talk about them. They're your babies.
And they will never be.
Yeah.
I'll always remember, even if I'm
your
89
sons.
years old.
Yeah.
I'll always remember them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for you, Claire, as well, how has your healing journey looked like?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know, because I don't remember a point in my journey where I ever sat down to categorically like process that, because even getting to talk about it in therapy was because I was in therapy for another thing. And then it just came up, and so we addressed it. But by that time I had already had my daughter, and I think I would say having my daughter healed is the thing that healed me.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, even now, she's 7 and I still look at her and I'm like, Yani, you, I was told you would not exist.
Imagine. Yeah.
And if I had believed them, you wouldn't be here, because I'd have given up.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, healing is knowing that I did it. I guess maybe for me the goal is like fully healing feels like risking trying to have another one, because to me it just feels like a risk. And I was exploring this with a friend of mine, and I told her, honestly, I think I've given every excuse in the book for why I don't have another child. And I think once you have one, there's that pressure of next. And you know, the people that pressure you are not really your friends, it's your mom and your aunties and those people, and you can't just tell them, yeah, this happened to me, leave me alone, it's not a walk in the park for me to have a baby.
Yeah.
But so you come up with other excuses.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, sijasahau uchungu ya labor, that's my favorite one. I tell them all the time, when I forget how I felt, I'll go back.
Yeah.
But I think for me that will be the thing that lets me know like I've healed, is agreeing, because now I know how my body works. Now I know what causes the miscarriages. Now I know that they're possible. And so it just feels like a risk on my end, because I'm risking potential heartbreak, because I know it's a possibility. It's actually a very high possibility for me. So deciding like, okay, I'm going to have another child, for me, I think that'll be my sign that I've healed. But I can't say I ever sat down and categorically like, I'm processing this thing. I didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think I'm similar to you. I didn't process it consciously, but I think with my walk with God, like, because when I now got pregnant, I was anxious the whole time, like, because you're always waiting for the shoe to drop. You're like, if I had not felt one movement today, it's over. Like, I was in a constant state of panic. So for me, my healing just had to come knowing that God has walked with me, and if He said this baby is going to survive, it will. There's nothing I can do. And I think now I'm also in that place when I get to number 2, I'm also like, will it be the same process? Yeah, the anxiety of
sometimes I wish I had the relationship I have with God now when I was pregnant with my daughter. I really wish I did. Because now, like, yeah, fine, I have my own personal fears, whatever. But I feel like, and this is something I've told my best friend so many times, I tell her, I think I will know I'm ready for another child when I feel how I felt when I wanted to have a child before I had my daughter. Like, when I feel that feeling, because I felt like my whole soul was aching.
Yeah.
And then I had her, and I remember when I held her in my arms, like, it just, like,
yeah, you could breathe.
I felt like everything in my life my whole spirit just calmed down.
Yeah.
And I've never felt that again. But if I had the relationship I have with God now, when I was pregnant with my daughter, the scans I did, I would not have done.
You're doing everything.
It got to a point, the gynecologist who walked me through my pregnancy, literally every time I would leave his office, he'd be like, scan. I'm like, yes, please. Yes, please. And he kept asking me, Kwanini? We passed the point where I told you were in danger. I'm like, no, I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see. I want to be sure. I just want to know.
Yeah.
So if I had the faith I have now, then honestly, I think I'd have just kept my feet up and gone through my pregnancy and been cool.
And I just want to talk about our support systems because, as you know, loss impacts you and then those around you as well. And for you, Makena, your husband is so supportive. He even came today to be with you. You know, as I said, we love supportive men.
I can't wait to be married.
He even came
married. Please have a good person.
No, to a good husband.
Good husband. Very good is the key word. But I wanted to say, how did this experience impact your relationship with him? Yeah.
Hey, this is, I feel like, a topic for like another day.
Yeah. If you're not comfortable, it's
for spouses.
Yeah.
At first, when I'll say in the trenches, for sure, he was my rock, without a doubt. And then I remember being told, baby girl, let me tell you, men heal faster. Men will move on.
Yeah.
You'll be there mourning 3 months, 6 months, but he's moved on. And in as much as I had prior knowledge about this, it got to a point whereby I felt now angry at him, that I felt you've moved on faster than I have. I'd get so jealous when I'd see him genuinely laugh. Like, he's on phone with a friend, his boys, they are bantering and they are laughing, and he's giving out such a hearty laughter, and I'm like, how can you do that? And I'm here like this, So I know at that point it got very rocky for us because I felt like you have moved on and I feel like I have not, and him and I, like any of our friends know, like we are a unit together. So I was feeling like, why am I feeling like I'm on the outs right now? That was a bit of a challenge, but talking about it, I'll say, and it's not that something that you'll be able, it will happen instantly. It was a process of, slowly talking about it, and him being very open and telling me that, what, I don't know what you need, especially at that point whereby it's not the first, like 2 months together.
Yeah.
Now this is, some months have passed after. Now I have even managed to go back to work. Those are the months after. So something came and, it's hit you back and you feel like you're back to square one. And he told me that, I don't know what you need right now, but however way you need me, you let me know and I'll be there. And if you see that maybe mimi mwanaume, I've forgotten, like I'm also, like they're also human, don't be shy, not like, tell me, give me like a nudge, like, hey, by the way, when I'm like this, I actually want you to help me out like this. So I'll say we've gone through it.
Yeah.
We've gone through it, but from stories of other people who have actually, when I shared it on my social media and people talked to me about it, some marriages break, and I'm happy that we are still
Strong.
tuko.
Yeah.
Yeah, still learning and hoping for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I think it's true. They say loss can make or break you. Like you can either move towards each other or move
away.
apart. Yeah. Drift away. Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that you guys have drifted together.
Yes.
And we'll keep going strong.
Yeah.
And we'll celebrate when the time comes. I wanted to just touch a bit on like advocacy and awareness, especially like you said the doctor that you went to told you, oh, you'll never give birth. My doctor dismissed me and I was just left there hearing Safaricom, the phone has cut. I'm like, okay, in my worst valley of the shadow of death, really. So just for on that advocacy and awareness topic, what do you think maybe doctors, caregivers need to know, and even friends, people who are telling you it's God's plan, like what do people need to know on how you're supposed to support a woman who is going through this at this time? What would you think they need to be aware of?
I think honestly, to all those losses that I had, I think I would say I don't think I would have been as traumatized as I was if my doctor just handled me better.
Yeah.
Because again, like I can't really say Sri my friends did or Sri who did, because at some point I just stopped talking about it. Some of my friends only came to know how many miscarriages I had after I had my daughter, and I was just casually, I think it was after I have a tattoo on my wrist. So after I got it and my friends are asking me, so what's
mean?
that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, so this means this and this means this and this means the 4 miscarriages I had. They're like, oh really, you had 4? Yeah. Hey. But that was my choice, so I can't really blame them. I'm the one who just chose to just, I think at some point it was a choice I made from something, a passing question that was asked to me by someone. And I was asked, so now you just want to be miscarried girl?
What?
Yeah. And I just was like, hey, okay, but in that, I'll just keep it to myself.
I'll just keep quiet.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll go through it quietly. Yeah, it'll go how it goes. But I think for me, I think the thing with the doctor hurt because he knew better.
Yes.
I think that's the thing that hurt, because everybody else, those who haven't gone through it, and your friend and your whoever, they're just saying, some people just say what comes to the top of their heads. Other people just, maybe they're just insensitive to those things. You don't know. But a doctor who has chosen to deal with women who may or may not go through these things, I feel like, for me, honestly, I feel like I have not been pregnant since then, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like medical professionals just, I think, should, if they're not, do a better job of walking their patients through that journey. Giving them information, even just how they deliver that first piece of information, and then what they tell you about it afterwards, and how they care for you afterwards, how they follow up after that, I think would go a long way in helping individuals.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to do about the collective. I think I would just wish we would understand that it happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Pregnancy is not a straightforward journey. It's just like everything else in life. There's no one shoe fits all. And I think if we just discuss it a smidge more openly, you'd help your friend, your friend's friend, your something. I mean, I've had some people, I go somewhere and I'm hanging out with my friends, and my friend has come with a friend. They're like, oh, you're the one Nani was telling me about. Can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind. I'm like, no, it's okay. Let's talk.
Yeah.
But I mean, granted, I've 7 years since the last one, and I've had time to heal, to process, to whatever. But I feel like if we just understood that it's not your fault. It's not your fault. Sometimes your body just refuses to do what it's quote unquote supposed to do.
Yeah.
If we just understood that, if we understood that it happened, if we understood that, I mean, heck, I wish at the time I'd gone running to my aunties and my grandmas and my whoever's. I don't know if they have or they haven't, but it's, I think, hearing your story, Makena, and hearing yours as well, like after it happened to you is when people like older generations are telling you, yeah, me too, actually. And like she said, actually, I agree. At those kitchen parties,
they should talk about it.
Mkiniombea, mniombea,
and
niambiwe
I
mimi.
noticed about the duties of a woman.
Yeah, honestly, the
I've
other things
only
like
been
tell us
to one.
the real thing.
I've only been to one kitchen party, and I told my mom, if that is what they talk about, me usinipangie staki.
Yeah, it's just a lot. Like we need a lot more depth.
I don't want.
Makena, I'll ask you the same thing through your process. How was the because you also are medical, you have a medical background, but how was the process for? Is there anything that you think medical practitioners, people should be a bit more aware of when they are speaking about, or how they walked you through your journey?
For me, my journey with Makena was good, for sure. He was, and especially because he had bonded with my husband.
Yeah.
He used to explain things to him, and medic with pictures and in very simple words and diagrams. So he was very happy about it, and he would be very available on phone. But for sure, we'd never spoken about, and especially the fact that when you're carrying multiple probability of pregnancy loss is high.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that had either sometimes you lose one twin, that we had not really, so that's something we talked about. But I guess also maybe they don't want to talk about it because it's not a time whereby you tell a mother.
Yeah, because you'd be more fearful.
You'd be more fearful.
Yeah.
But I agree, maybe they should, that profession maybe should look at talking more about it to young people, not people that they are in my office, like, hey, okay, now you're pregnant, but then you know what, this can happen to you. No, if you tell a pregnant man like that, hey, you will panic, you'll even fear to drink water.
Yeah, it's true. Like you can understand where they're coming from.
But for me now, what really hurt me, I remember, is that my gyna was not in town. He'd gone for a conference, but he was very supportive in that when I delivered, I remember it was like in the evening, and he was trying to look for a flight. The man looked for a flight the entire time, and he kept telling, he kept being in communication, like, I'm really struggling. And true, because the place he was, we knew the situation, and he was really struggling. And he landed, I remember, like, very late at night, and he still called, just to check in on me. And he told me, like, I've come really late, but first thing in the morning I'll be there. And I remember, like, at 5:30 a.m. he was there.
Wow.
And he came, he didn't come like a doctor, he came as a
human.
He came as a human. And when I saw him, I even felt like I wanted to hug him, but I think it was just when I had finally fallen asleep, and I was just sleepy, and he was there and he was speaking, and I know I cried a bit, just to see him. And I'm just want to tell him, like, doc, doc, it's over, so now what am I supposed to do, And he made sure, now professionally he done everything he did. And I love the fact that follow up to his clinic. The clinic were very, I don't know what word to say it, but they were very kind.
They
were very kind, that they knew not to, when they saw me, they knew not to put me in the waiting area. They knew put me somewhere else. And doc came, and of course I broke down when I was there, and they gave us time still. So they were very kind.
So
and
all
actually,
the medical professionals you met
like
at the hospital
really
were good.
Handled you with
that's
care.
so good.
For me,
that's
I know
amazing.
I was handled with care.
That's
Because even
amazing.
the
That's good
hospital,
to
like,
hear.
I delivered in, they were very, when I was told I'm going to deliver, they're very aware I'm not supposed to be taken to the maternity ward.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was freaking out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm being wheeled in bed, and I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to go
to maternity?
So I remember I was telling my husband, and make sure I have the best room. because I'm
Yeah.
like, if I'm going to be in maternity
Yeah,
ward, may I
yeah.
make it worth my while?
Right,
Yeah.
And so yeah, they didn't really put me,
It's a good hospital.
yeah, they didn't
Yeah.
put me there, and the nurses were so kind.
Oh, that's so
They were so kind. Those ones we'll talk about
yeah, another
in
time.
details.
Yeah.
But they were so kind in how they took care of me
That's so
after
good to
the
hear.
delivery.
Yeah.
And even when at night, when I couldn't fall asleep, one nurse just came
Inside
to the room.
Yeah.
Like, she just could hear me sobbing. And she
Oh.
just came. And she told me, you can't sleep. Yeah. I'm like, and I don't even know what's up with this TV. And she just sat with me for a bit. She helped me with the TV.
Yeah.
And she told me, I'm just right outside your door, whatever you need. So I feel like I had
A good
a very good
experience,
experience with
The medical.
the medical. And
Yeah.
at this point, like when I was delivering, no one knew. You couldn't say because I'm a doctor myself
Yeah.
that they're treating me because of this.
Yeah.
But no.
That's so good to hear
Yeah.
because many times you don't hear these positive stories. So at least it
Yeah.
renews and restores our hope in
Yeah.
the medical, professionals. Yeah, it's so good to hear. Yeah, our hope in the medical profession. Is it professionals? Yeah, being restored because of course it's quite a sensitive time and you don't need someone like making it even worse. So I'm so happy to.
And imagine
so happy
actually
to hear
Makena
that.
reached out again.
Yeah.
Let me even add,
Yeah.
in March,
Yeah,
at night, he messaged me. He was like, hi, I just wanted to check in.
yeah.
Oh,
So you won in the
was
gyna
like-
space.
the gynecologist.
I don't know if you'll see this by
You
that time,
did.
but I was thinking of going to someone else. I'm
Hiya.
like, it's painful.
To go back to him, but I think it's good to go to him because he has that care.
Yeah.
And he knows your history, as
Yeah.
you said. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hi, thank you guys. I wanted to just leave on a note of giving advice. So if there's maybe a young woman or any woman watching, what message would you want to give someone who is going through miscarriage or loss right now?
Honestly, I think I'll just say what was not said to me.
Yeah.
You're not alone,
Yeah.
in the sense that it's a lot more common than people are willing to admit. And it might not feel like it in the beginning, but it's survivable. Yeah. And it's not your fault. I think that's the one all of us, I think, struggle with to some degree. My body betrayed me. I should not have done. I should not have been doing. I should not have been partying. I should have just stayed home. It's not your fault. Sometimes the body just bodies and life just lives, and there's nothing you can do about it. But I think the one thing I wish someone had said to me is what I will say. It happens. It happens.
Yeah. Good advice, Makena.
I feel like mine is so raw.
No, be raw.
Tell
Be
us,
raw.
tell
Yeah.
us.
The advice I'd give our young lady out there is that you will feel like your world is coming to an end, and at that moment it literally feels like it, because you've gotten pregnant, this child is in you, your feeding habits have changed, you have to be aware to put in light movements depending on what the doctor tells you. Like, you're taking care of not just you but also of someone else. Like, you're responsible for this life, and this life is within you, so actually, like, your life is actually stopping because there's that bit of you that is stopped living. And it's okay to feel you're in the trenches. Do not fight it, embrace it. It is very important in your healing journey. It's okay to, you will change. I feel like this process changes
Yeah.
a woman. Like, I don't think I'm the same Makena I was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm not even the same Makena I was last year March. I am a very different person. You realize you have some strength in you as a woman that you had no idea, because you will make it through, to a point whereby you can smile again. You can go to work, you can do your business, you can open a business, you can do anything, you can travel, but it will for sure change you. I hope it doesn't change you in the negative way. I hope it changes you in the positive way, that you get to know yourself, and don't lose hope. Keep trying. It's not easy. Don't lose hope. I know it's easier said than done. Especially even for me. I am here. We're trying again, and it's very scary. And I am telling myself, don't lose hope. Don't lose hope, because we are coming out open, and whoever feels they want someone to hold their hand, walk with them. I think that's why we are talking about it right now, so that we give them hope, and we can all rally up as women and do this.
Wow, such wise words from both of you. So thank you so much again for being here. Thank you so much again for going back to those memories. It's not easy, but I'm so happy that you graced this. Honored, not even happy, honored that you came and had this conversation with me. I know it's going to touch so many young girls, married women, just women in general, to feel not alone, to feel like their body has not betrayed them. It's I don't know if it's a natural order of life sometimes. It's not everyone's story, but it's many women's story. So thank you so much again. And thank you guys for watching. We've come to the end of the episode, but please do engage with us, even in the comments. If there's anything that you feel resonated with you or touched you, share below, and share this episode with someone, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.